Hi guys, today I'm going to invite you to come on a journey with me as I make cold process soap. It's going to be a two-part video. Actually, there's probably going to be a few more little parts. But the first part is going to kind of be everything that you need and the procedure and the safety precautions. And the second part will be the actual fun, hands-on doing it. So, cold process soap is made with sodium hydroxide or lye and water mixed together with oil, and then you add in, you blend it together until the chemical reaction of soap takes place and what's called traces form, and it kind of thickens up like pudding, and you add your additives in, so any essential oils or fragrances or other additives that you want to add into it, and stir that in, colors, and then you pour it into a lined soap mold like that. And then I put a little top on it like that, and then wrap it up and let it cool down very slowly over the next day. And then I take it out of the mold, and then I leave it for another day, usually another day or two, and then I cut up the bars, and then I let the bars cure for a few weeks. And so that is the basic process of making soap in very, very basic terms. But there's some safety precautions when you're making soap. So you always want to be very, very cautious when you're handling sodium hydroxide or lye. It's dangerous and it's corrosive. It can cause serious chemical burns. Someone can become blind if it comes into contact with your eye, and it can kill someone if it's ingested. So caution has to be taken with pets and children and keep them out of the area when you're using lye. And then you want to clearly mark your containers. And so you see mine, although it's wearing off a little bit, say lye use only. And so I've got one container for water and one container that I measure my lye in, and so they're both marked with lye, because I don't want anybody to ever accidentally use them for cooking or food purposes. And then always wear gloves. These are really thick gloves for heat and chemicals. Safety goggles. And long sleeves. Clearly, my sleeves are rolled up, but long sleeves. When you're measuring your lye, always be sure to cover your surface. And so I use newspaper, and then I can just roll it all up and put it in the garbage. And that way, any little lye crystals that I've missed, I'm going to end up catching on my newspaper. And then be sure to clean up your lye measuring station thoroughly after you're done using it with a vinegar water solution. And so I wash everything that I've used and has come into contact with lye with vinegar water solution. Always be careful to add the lye to the water, never the other way around, because if you add the water to the lye, you're bound to have a volcanic eruption that is going to cause a lot of damage and chemical burns and problems that you don't want. One of the things that I want to point out about adding the lye to the water solution is that in this book, The Complete Soap Maker, Tips, Techniques, and Recipes for Luxurious Handmade Soaps by Norma Coney, there is a direction in the directions. She mistakenly says it the other way around. So in my book, I've corrected it. I recommend that if you've got this book, that you correct it so that anybody that gets this book after you knows the correct way to do that and does not accidentally do it the other way around. So always add the lye into the water. Never use aluminum with lye. So always use stainless steel, dishwasher safe plastic that can handle heat, of course, or Pyrex. Keep in mind that lye may break down glass over time, so always make sure your containers are safe and solid. The lye mixture instantly it instantly heats up when you mix the lye into the water. It instantly heats up to approximately 180 degrees Fahrenheit or 82 degrees Celsius. And so it's very, very hot, so you need to be very, very careful. And it also puts off vapors that you don't want to breathe in, so just usually stepping away is enough to avoid any problems with that. And then, again, always keep a mixture of vinegar and water close by to clean up any spills and to soak used equipment. The vinegar helps neutralize the lye. And I think that's about all as far as the safety stuff. So basically, we're going to prepare our mold, which I've already done. And so I started with a wooden mold. And I've taken parchment paper and I've cut a strip to fit this way, and I've laid another strip across that way that I've cut. And I've tried to make them as flat and smooth as possible, and I've just taped down the edges. Masking tape. And you want it to be as smooth as possible because that way your final block of soap will be as smooth as possible. So we prepare our mold. We're going to prepare our vinegar solution. We're going to prepare our lye solution. We're going to prepare our oils. We're going to prepare the ingredients that we're going to add into our soap, so our fragrances, and we're going to monitor the temperature of our lye solution. And then when we're ready and the temperature of the lye water mixture and the soap is about 100 degrees, it's the same, kind of within 5 degrees Fahrenheit of each other, we're going to mix them together in a bowl. And I've got a hand beater, and we're going to mix them till trace is formed, and then we're going to add our scent, our color, and our super fat, and then we're going to pour it in the mold, and we're going to cover and insulate it, and then we're going to clean up. And so for what we need lye. So this is my lye. It's in a bag. That lye I got at the hardware store. If you're getting lye at the hardware store, you always want to make sure that it's just pure lye, pure sodium hydroxide, and not mixed with other chemicals, because sometimes it can be. And then I've got a bowl and some heat-safe plastic spoons. And I've got my little dish for my vinegar water solution. I've got a little scale. I've got a container for my water to mix my water, a container to mix my lye. I've got my oil. I've got my hand mixer. And then on the other side of the table, I've got all of my essential oils that I will choose what scent we're going to do and if we're going to add anything color-wise to our soap. And so this is part 1. Stay tuned tomorrow for part 2, and we're actually going to make soap. And I will see you then. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and if you want part 2.